All right. So now that we know the way that negative thinking and negative thoughts and negative affirmations can affect our lives, let's look on to how we can use positive affirmations to combat those negative affirmations, all right? And a little lighter side. Okay. So, what positive affirmations do is those are the statements that make you feel good and they make you feel grounded. They make you feel more positive about the situation, even as negative as it can be. It's one of those things where you're damn near death and your mind tells you, I'm going to see this through no matter what. Or where you're just feeling down and dark and hopeless and you're just like, I know I'm feeling down and like shit right now, but I know if I keep on just trying one at a time every day, things will get better. Because that's just the rules of nature. Take those actions every day over time. For every action, there's an equal opposite reaction, but over time, things compounded of positive action will lead to what you're working towards. And so, for example, you may tell yourself something like, oh, I don't qualify for this job, so what's the point of trying? I'm not going to try, even, whatever, And even when you have those thoughts, try. Be like, you know what, I'm going to try anyways, because there's nothing wrong in trying. Like, most people fail anyway, so what the hell? Or, how do I know? I might get it. Really have those thoughts. Like, you really have to be your own cheerleader. Another positive thought you can use to counter that is like, oh, you know what? I have great skills that I'm planning to use as part of a business that will make me wealthy. That's a way to think it, because I may not have the skills that this job is requiring, but my skills give value to people and it brings it to people, and I'm going to use my skill to build my own stream of income. That and yeah, that's where you can counter that, or just be hopeful for the fact that, and be thankful and claim and affirm saying, I have great health and I woke up today walking, talking, breathing. Grateful for that. Thank you. And even though that doesn't relate to anything about you applying for a job, it's still something that you have to be thankful for. It's still something you're affirming because it's true, it exists. It's all about just changing your state of mind, because you're feeling like shit for not being qualified for a job when you still have other things going on for you that some people didn't wake up to. All right. So with these positive combating of the negative thoughts, the thing is you have to do it repeatedly. It's not something you do one time. It's over time, because your negative thoughts had a lot of time, a lot of fun in your head. They had a lot of time to be developed. So you have to give the positive ones the same amount of time or even more. And the thing with life is things are always changing. So we're always being presented with new situations. So with that being said, you're going to need to have that skill. It's a skill of using positive affirmation. I think we should aim for the skill to recognize when you're thinking negatively and find a way to transform those thoughts into more positive ones. All right, so that's something we're going to be doing for the rest of our lives, boo boo. Okay, because you're not a little kid anymore. You don't have your parents or the community, if you're grateful enough, there for you to tell you how great of a person you are. Nobody's there to give you your brownie points. Nobody's there to give you a star on your paper for trying. You gotta do it yourself. So it's a lifelong thing, because with each age, level, place in life, there are new situations. It could be the same thing coming back at a different time, or it can be a different time coming back with a different thing. Okay? So when you get into the habit of using a positive way of thinking and a positive outlook on life, and you back that up with positive affirmation, like, it will take a while for some people, and sometimes and for some people it'll be more instant, but life is going to get fun. It's still gonna bring you its challenges, but you'll be able to really see how you can manifest things and find success and happiness in your own definition. And that's something you can't pay for. You can't pay for that. You can't pay for that. You can pay for the information, but the application and the coming of it, you can't pay for that. All right. So, all right. So now I understand that it may feel a little weird to even try to think positively when you're feeling down, or we don't even have that habit. Like, why am I going to be talking about, I feel this, I feel positive, I am great, I am light, I am love? Why would I even think of that when I don't even feel it? It doesn't matter. You have to, that's the thing. In order for this to work, you're just going to have to start trying to think and just change your attitude about it. You got to change your attitude, because either you're obsessed and in love with feeling down and depressed, and you love the drama of it all, of people coming like, oh, how are you doing? Oh my God, I haven't seen you in a long time. Are you okay? Either you're obsessed with that and you're used to that, and you want people to always have worries about you. Either you need to just admit that and then probably look into the fact that you may have attachment issues, but we won't go into that. Either you admit that about yourself, or you change your attitude about wanting to apply something more positive into your brain storage system to combat the negative one that's not taking your life anywhere that you desire to be when you want that peace of mind and calmness. So create a habit of thinking more positively. Just start doing that. Start that habit. Start trying to notice when you think negative, because that's a good way to try to find that. Because when you catch yourself thinking negative, like, oh, you know what? Why did I even think that? And the way to try to catch it is would I even say that to a friend? Would I say that to somebody who I really care about, somebody I'm protecting? If you're a mom or a dad, would I say that to my kid? And if I do say that to my kid, what do I think that would do to their little tiny brains that's still forming? All right. And then also, you need to feel what you're saying. You really need to feel what you're saying. So if you feel there's a blockage, somehow you're not really feeling what you're saying when you say, I am love, I feel love, I have abundance, I am abundance, I have a great life, I have great relationships. If you don't feel it, it won't feel as authentic as it should be, which makes it harder for the process to come about. Because with affirmations, the way it is the things that you say, they affect your behavior and your actions. It's not just affirming and saying it and becoming. You say something and then your behavior starts to change, which means you have to be willing to change your behavior to match your positive action. And that means you have to be willing to change your behavior to match your positive thoughts. That's what it means. So that's how you become it becomes more of a feeling thing versus just a thinking thing. Because your actions are matching, you're like, oh, I am this person. And even if you're not there yet, but it's just your actions are leading you towards that. And that could be something definite or indefinite. Okay? So it's not hard to just write out affirmations. That's not the hard part. The hard part is just being consistent in repeating them when you need to, or on a regular basis for maintenance purpose. That's a part. So you just got to change your attitude about it, because your attitude really does define your willingness to want to do this. So believe that it works. Don't just say it's cheesy. Oh, this is not going to work. Oh, this is just a bunch of hippie stuff. Whatever. It works. All right? And in the process, just treat yourself better. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle. Even if you feel like you messed up, you never really mess up. It's a learning lesson. Every time you feel like you failed or you mess up, take it as a learning lesson, because that's really what it is. Because a learning lesson means next time we'll try to do better, or next time we'll do things differently. Instead of doing the same thing over and over again. And if you do it over and over again, be gentle with yourself. Keep being gentle with yourself. You see the pattern here? Repetition. We keep doing the things that we know work. Even when we don't do it, we trust that it works. So keep being gentle. Even if I said something terrible that made me feel bad and then I went on a negative train thoughts, be forgiving of yourself for that. It's all good. We all do it. We're all being human means you're not perfect. If you ever thought you was perfect, then okay. So yeah, treat yourself better. And many of your negative beliefs may be wrong. Just know that. Just know it may be wrong. You're just used to what people are telling you. And you just did not give yourself, and you never give yourself a challenge to counter what they're telling you. Because you're just used to accepting it because you're a people pleaser. Because you don't want to ruffle feathers. So you keep hearing the same thing over and over and over again. And now you become nervous, like, oh man, it's been going on for years, but I really want to like say something, but then I'm going to sound like I'm overreacting. Many of those things, they're just really not about you. People put on so much stuff onto you and their perception of what they think things should be and bring it onto you, and you soak it in and you identify with it way too much than you even really should have. So just remember that, okay? Some of the affirmations, the negative ones, the disempowering ones, some of those are not about you, and it was never about you, and it's just unfortunate that your subconscious didn't know otherwise. I'm sorry about that. Okay? So as far as, changing your whole attitude goes, one last thing, remember, have fun. Have fun with the process. Appreciate it. Even if you don't feel like you want to appreciate it, make that an affirmation for yourself. Like, I appreciate my process because I'm going to have a bomb-ass story to tell to myself or to my kids or to my friends or to, if you're somebody who aspires for fame, to my support system. If you're somebody who just wants to live a simple life, I got a great story to tell to myself, and that's all you need. So just enjoy the process and enjoy the journey, because it'll really make you appreciate it. Because that's one thing I noticed before, when I really wasn't enjoying the journey at times before. I wasn't appreciating my own growth until I would look back at journal entries and like manifestation boards, and even my negative thinking. Oh, those are great to go to when you journal negatively and you go back and read on them. When I read those and go back to it, that's when I'm just like, oh my gosh, so much has changed. So much has changed. And then I appreciate it. When the whole time I could have appreciated the process, because great things happen in between then. It's just, your brain is just worried all the time. So even as great things are happening and I'm affirming things and doing it, the enjoying part wasn't as holistic as it could be. Yes, I enjoyed moments, but I just didn't appreciate the process of when things were down. You know what I mean? I was too impatient to want to get out of it. And I mean, it works, but moving forward, I think enjoying the process is a huge part for me, because that overall would just give you a reflection of a much more joyful life, which for me, I aim for joy. Some people, y'all love the darkness. Y'all love to just be negative Nancy's and everything. It's not my jam. That's your shit, not mine. Okay? All right, so examples of positive affirmations that we can use. Examples of positive affirmations are, I love myself. I do. I am protected. I have fulfilling relationships. I bring joy and I give joy. I'm really wealthy and I am wealthy and generous to the point where it benefits me, and I also help out people that I care about. I am resilient. I'm always learning. And I understand my emotions. Those are your positive affirmations we can start with. No, but those are examples, you see, because when you say it, you feel good. You feel like grounded. You know what I mean? Anyways, so you may start feeling like things just are not connecting when you start saying this stuff. Like, I know I'm saying this, but come on, like, it's not really me. Like, I'm really not joy and giving joy. Like, it's just not happening for me right now. Like, I don't feel like saying it. This is bullshit. I get it. But trust me, just over time, keep saying it, keep thinking it, keep contouring them. Over time, you will become your thoughts. Because the thing is, it takes a while. Like I told you before, your negative thoughts and negative thinking have had lots of years playing around in your brain, changing up the wiring, just solidifying its memory, your subconscious. You're going to need to undo that repeatedly over and over and over again until you become it. Until like you've done enough things on the outside where now you are that. So whether it's trying to be healthier, you've done enough cleansing and strengthening of your immune system or your body, or if it's related to wealth, you've done enough of the things here and there, saving money, purchasing certain things or investments, I don't know, making income. You've done those things enough now where your affirmation matches your reality, and you will start feeling like things make sense. And when you repeat things over time, your subconscious is like a kid. You know, with kids, they resist things as much as they can if they don't want to do it. But over time, when they do certain things that are good for them, that do benefit them, and they get to see it, they do it. They get used to it. But at first they resist, like, no, I don't want to eat this food. When they just giving them a new piece of food, and then over time, you're like, oh my God, I love this food. And it can be instant. I mean, for new kids, especially, this is a good way to see it. When a kid is just tasting something that's actually delicious for the first time, they may resist by like just the fact that it looks different. They're like, no, I don't want it. And the second that thing goes in their mouth and they chew and all of that saliva watering thing and that goodness goes into them and hits their system, like, oh my God, this is so good. My niece does it all the time. I swear. If the food is good, it's not safe around you once she gets a taste of it. But yeah, so be patient with yourself because it will happen for you. And so what you can do next is write down at least 10 affirmations. This is what you can do next for yourself to get started if you have never done this before. Write down 10 affirmations and try to make them affirmations that are really close to you and matter to you. Something that is about you. So maybe along your day, what you can do is when you notice a negative thinking, a negative thought, write that negative thought down and then try to come up with a positive affirmation to counter that. So that's a way you can come up with your list if you can't think of anything right now. But, excuse me, I think a good one for anybody to start with is, I love you. I love me. I love me. I love you. I love you. Say those things because you need to come from love for yourself for this to work. Okay? And read out your affirmations. That's the next thing. Read them out loud, baby. It's not just about writing it. You got to read it out loud. We need to hear it, feel it, just see it, read it, write it out, post it on the wall. I've written affirmations on my mirror, bathroom mirrors, on post-its, anywhere I can. I write it down. When it comes to my head, I'm like, oh, that's a good one. If I'm in the bathroom, I'll just get a dry erase marker and write it on the mirror. Or if I have a sticky note, I'll just write it right there. And I love when I come back and see them, you know? So write them out. But for you, write down 10 affirmations and read them out loud. I challenge you to be in front of a mirror and read it out loud in front of the mirror. And I double challenge you to do it naked. You came in the world naked, baby. You might as well affirm yourself naked. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, so yes, do that. Repeat the affirmations to yourself. If you don't want to be in front of a mirror, one thing you can always do is read the affirmations to yourself before going to bed and then upon rise. So going to bed and waking up, repeat them before going to bed, because that's going to help to prepare your brain to dream of the future self that you are becoming. And during the daytime, when you sleep in the morning, it's like a great way to start and open up your day, to bring that energy onto your day. So when other BS comes along, we have affirmed the day to think in this kind of mindset. All right. And once you really get into the groove of things, you'll start noticing that what you eventually start doing is being more instantaneous with countering the negative thoughts with these positive thoughts. And that looks like when you say you're going along with your day, and then it's like you see something that you want to buy. You're like, dang, that's expensive. You're like, oh, hold on, you know what? I'm going to get me a car that looks like that one day. And I have that car. Like, yo, I'm going to drive that car in the future. Nope. I'm driving that in the future. Like, I'm going to get the money and I'm going to drive that in the future. Or if you don't want to think of materialistic things, another one is when you just walking around, say you're a single person, and then you see couples and you're like, ugh, gross. Instead of that, just be like, how cute are they? If they're not cute, be like, damn, kissing is so fun. And kiss yourself. Literally, just like this. Kiss yourself. I kiss myself all the time. It feels so good. I even hug myself. I love hugs. Let's not stop hugging, even during COVID, guys. No, but even if you don't get cheesy and kiss yourself or be like, oh my God, how sweet. Just like, relationships are so great. You have somebody that you can create a mastermind with in life. Even that thought, if you're somebody who's more stoic, or just see the good in relationships and think of those thoughts when you see couples who are kissy, or if for some people they are just like, oh my God, these medications are killing me. Don't say that. Please don't say that, because you're literally speaking death over yourself when you say that. When the things that we say are spelled out, and that's casting a spelling. Yes, I said it. Don't say that. Just like, you know what? If you're feeling it, all those medications in your body, and you just can't even walk without breathing heavy, like, you know what? My body has a way of fixing itself, and I'm going to be a person who eats healthier and takes care of their body. And I love my body. I honor my body. And I am going to be healthy. I am healthy. I'm going to become healthy. Affirm those things. Or think of the food that you like that are healthy. Like, damn, onions are delicious. Pineapples, anyone? Just counter your negative thinking of speaking death over yourself with ones that speak life onto you. A simple one we can say is, water is life. Because it is. Or another way you can counter the ones where you're speaking death over yourself and for your health, you can say, you know what, I enjoy walking. Let me go for a walk right now. That's countering. It doesn't have to be super just instant, Like, I love to walk. Let me put an action in walk right now. I'm sorry I'm making it seem so easy. It's really not, though, because the repetition behavior, it makes it a little harder. But it does get easier as you do it more. That's the thing. The more you do it, the easier it gets. And the more you're not afraid to say, I love affirmations. I love affirmations. All right? So repeat them over time. Repetition is a key. What affirmations are doing, they're rewiring your brain. They're changing your brain storage system. They're changing the energies of your thoughts. It's changing something internal which affects your actions and your outside externally. Okay, believe it, own it, hold it, affirm it. It's true. Even if you are negative thinking Nancy, trust me, it's true. Okay, so as hard as change can be, you deserve it. Just gotta be willing to, put in the work, and you will see the change. All right, so thank you very much for staying with me at the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you thought about this. What ways have you noticed yourself thinking negative affirmations or positive affirmations for yourself? Are you currently in the process of trying to change that mindset? Or are you somebody who you were in that negative thinking mindset and now you have arrived, baby? You are here, okay? You are here to stay and you're going nowhere. All right, so please make sure that you engage in the comments. I want to keep this very engaging conversation going, and we can expand on the topic more as we see what happens in life as a whole, okay? Take care of yourselves. All right, so please make sure that you follow me and go in the comments and just let me know about what you thought about this. Engage with people. Give each other feedback, support each other. I want this to be a community, not just a one-way conversation. I appreciate you. Take care.